how do you perceive the difference in today's world for black and white couples as opposed to when you were growing up here in the South?
Tremendous difference. I mean, today it's generally accepted. I mean, when you see it on TV or in a movie, or if you see it in public, and we see more and more, couples in public too. I think it's a wonderful thing, really. If they love each other, fine. That's fine.
So what would have happened if there was a black and white couple? Did you ever know any black and white couples growing up?
No. I grew up in the 50s, and, well, let's just say as a child in the 50s, and that was taboo.
Yeah, what about when you were in high school?
Pretty much taboo as well in high school. Things were beginning to change, but I can tell you if you'd seen that in high school, that both of them would have been ostracized.
So did you go out with any black girls?
Yes, I did when I lived in New York.
Haha.
Before my wife.
Do you think that's something you would have wanted to do in high school, but just didn't want, just couldn't, or?
In high school, it was the beginning of integration, and I must say that my high school actually did a very good job of integration.
Yeah.
And the black women were very gracious. At the time, it was more just a matter of getting to know them. But no, I didn't date any in high school. It wasn't there. The interaction wasn't there in high school. So
do you think that it was the media that changed your perception when you were dating them? And when was this? In the 70s or 80s? When did you date them in
that was in the 80s
college?
and I didn't date them in college. There weren't that many in college at the time. I'm sure that had there been, I would have fallen into that sort of thing because they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And we had African American males, and at the time they were just buddies.
Yeah. What about where did you date the black women?
In New York.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think the media had anything to do with the change of your perception?
Not really. Not in New York. I mean, in New York at the time, unfortunately, the perception of American males, black American males, was not very good. It was more like, sorry, shaft, and that sort of thing too. And it wasn't really a very positive image of black American males. And the black females were too far for that too. But in meeting them, I mean, they're wonderful. I like them for who they are or were.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think what about the music? Tell me about the music when you were in high school. I think that's interesting.
And as far as media and the influence of media, and growing up in high school, I grew up with Motown and African American musicians. Many of who are still imitated or have been imitated before today. But I would say when I first started, I was basically trained by African American musicians coming up as an adolescent and a teenager.
In what way?
And just learning lessons of life and
love.
Romance and love and
how to hit on women.
How to hit on women and kind of being sort of a Casanova at the time, I guess you would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned things about life and just a mother giving, some of the songs about a mother giving instruction to her son.
You learned through Motown?
I learned through Motown.
And we still listen to
You can't hurry love. All sorts of things. I just... it was there for me, and I really learned a lot just from life, just from the music. And I still play it today.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah,
Come home and play those songs.